pretty sure most of you have been tempted to, in life, you may have had some difficulties and you thought you can't do something by yourself, so you go at it by cheating. This quote by Tomlin, it says, "The trouble with the rat race is that even if you win, you are still a rat." I'd like to talk about the causes and effects of cheating and the point of, and sort of like the point of view of cheating yourself and the point of view of others when you cheat them. Let's say you're doing a test in school and you didn't have time to study, or you just got stuck on something, just needed maybe some little help, or so you just look at someone else's paper and you cheat off their test. You may have helped yourself that way and you could have gotten a good grade. However, later on in life, how did that help you? You didn't learn anything. All you're doing is just taking that information and saving yourself at the spot. For example, I was doing a test once. I think it was a physics test or math test, and there was like this one formula where I couldn't remember it. I wrote it down, so I just looked at the neighbor next to me and I thought, just to make sure if it's right, and I saw it was different. I was like, oh, okay, so I changed it. Then after the test, it turned out that I was right and he was wrong, and I got that problem wrong. Another point of view is the effects of other people when you cheat. For example, in Syria, a lot of people get their degrees by cheating, and especially if they're their parents are like someone important. They usually just give them the grades so that they can get a degree. For a lot of doctors there, they don't know anything. They start experimenting with their patients and they keep going back and forth, oh, try this medicine, oh, try this medicine. And essentially they're just making the patient worse instead of better. So I've talked about the causes and effects of cheating yourself and how that affects others also. And so I do agree with this quote that even if you do win in the end, but you're just a rat. Thank
We're cool, but not like, yeah. It might be that you're talking to another guy now, not him.
It's not your fault, too.
Oh my god, I'm getting even hot.
Oh, but he doesn't know that, see, so.
I'm not gonna let him know.
Oh my god. It might be that.
No, but I'm like,
Yeah, like the first 3 weeks, he was like, hey, I'm texting you for every day. Cool.
All right, I thought that you talked about the temptation to cheat pretty clearly. You tied it into the quote effectively. Your thesis is pretty clear. You have a very good preview, so I like that. I did think that in the body of the speech, the preview wasn't followed through in quite the detail that I thought it was going to be, but it was fairly easy to follow, and you had some good examples. Scares me a little bit to think about being sick in Syria. That makes me a little bit nervous. On the presentation issues, I think your voice projects pretty well. There's good variety. You've got kind of a quiet voice, but you did, I thought, pretty well with the range that you have there, and it seems to be paced about right. I thought your gestures were very good. They're indicative. They are connected to the things you're talking about. You're usually emphasizing good points there. Your eye contact, sometimes, you know, you do make contact with the audience, but it feels a little bit sometimes like it's rushed over, like you're scanning people as opposed to engaging people. And it's a subtle thing. Maybe if you watch the video, you'll get a sense of what I'm talking about. I do think that the body movement was a place where there was a little bit of a problem. Sometimes you were pacing a little bit nervously, and there were a couple of times when you just changed the whole orientation of your body. It was like you were on your way out the door because you were just facing the door, walking that way instead of just kind of walking toward the audience, and that takes you a little bit out of the speaking situation. I thought you did a good job coming back to the point at the end and finding a graceful way to exit. All right. Thank you.
How are we doing on time? I'm about 15 minutes left.
Kishan?
Keyshawn.
Kishan, come get yourself a topic 10 nickname.
Well, I thought it was last, man.
No, I put you at the bottom, but
Nah,
I kept throwing other people at the bottom too.
it's all good. It's all good.
Who's after?
Anybody get the license number of that bus that he just got hit by?
You need a topic though.
I know you